The thing is, you got to watch what we're watching right here is that got Sterling there. Matt wants to go, but Sterling's running the high side too, so it's giving Tony Stewart the advantage on the bottom.
I think they helped this racetrack tremendously with their competition when they ground that bottom lane. Took some of that grip away down there.
Certainly made for more side-by-side racing, which is what all these 90,000 plus fans are here to see. Tony Stewart working on Sterling Marlin. Got to be for 13th place.
And just was beside him coming off turn 2, but he was on the low side. When he got on the gas, he spun the tires, and that was just enough for the 40 car to clear him.
Tony, the 2000 winner of this Subway 500. Now Ken Schrader up underneath Matt Kenseth to challenge him for a spot. Schrader in the 49. Remember, I talked about earlier, he got a top 10 finish here back in the April race. Didn't qualify all that well, started 18th.
43-97, the battle for about the 10th position between Kurt Busch in 97, Jeff Green in 43, Ricky Rudd in 21.
Kurt Busch started 36th and won this race last October.
These cars are slowing down to about 60 miles per hour in the middle of the corner. Top speed around 115 miles per hour to 60, so you can see just how much brake it takes to slow down a 3,400-pound car.
This is Rusty Wallace trying to take a spot from Ryan Newman using the outside.
Practically leaning on each other.
And in practice yesterday, Rusty used that outside lane many laps, trying to get his car, see how his car is going to work on that outside, Bill.
93 races since Rusty's been to victory lane. The team has very high hopes here. The car pretty good since they got here. When Rusty drove Wally's car here yesterday, he was so happy with how that car handled. He asked to see under the hood to see what was in there. He said, I'm going back to my guys and see if we can help the two a little bit. So Wally, you may get a thank you from victory lane.
I didn't have a whole lot to do with the setup.
Yeah. Well, we know that.
He can call Steve Lloyd and thank him, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So
Steve would be the man.
Rusty Wallace to 7th, and Ryan Newman back to 8th. Behind them,
boy, these guys have been at it here for
they have
the start.
Stewart in the 20 and Marlin in the 40 for 13th and 14th. Looking back at them from Mike Skinner in the 01.
And they're just, they're dead even through the corners, but Tony cannot get up off the corner because he needs that outside of the racetrack to help him give him the grip. He may get a break here now. He boxes in Sterling behind the 01 car of Mike Skinner.
Running that lower lane, though, doesn't do anything as far as hurting the tires more than running the outside. I mean, we talk about grinding the track in a cheese grater, so people might get the impression that the track is so rough it'd be like a Darlington or something.
Yeah, I think maybe he may use a tad more brake than the guy on the outside, because the car on the outside has a little bit of room to slide, where the car down on the bottom obviously doesn't have much room to slide up the racetrack because you've got somebody on the outside of you.
While all that's going on in the pack, Jeff Gordon continues to lead. 21 of 500 laps complete in the Subway 500 at Martinsville. The Martinsville Speedway. They've been racing here since September 25th, 1949. And today the Subway 500. It's 48th running for the NASCAR Winston Cup Series. Jeff Gordon has led all of the laps that have been run so far, and now he's into some heavy lap traffic. He's caught the end of the field.
Now 2 laps ago, the 37 car is Derek Cope. He lapped him about, 2 laps ago, and guess what? Cope is somehow back in front of him. Marty, what's going on with the 24?
He's a little bit tight right now, BP, and this is the same article, different newspaper. Same thing that happened here in April. The first 75 laps went green. Jeff Gordon led all of them, put many cars a lap down. And Jeff told me this morning he thought the complexion of this race would be a little bit different because of the new lap down rule. People would fight harder to stay on the lead lap.
Yeah, the lucky dog thing is going to be on a lot of people's minds because they're expecting that to keep. We usually have a lot of cautions here. They're expecting that to keep a lot of guys on the lead lap when we get down toward the finish of this thing.
He finally gets by Casey Mears. Here's a battle for second. Junior, 8 car underneath Ward Burton at 22. This battle's about a second and a half behind the leader, Jeff Gordon.
And Kevin Harvick right there.
Harvick's going to have to try to get a little bit closer to Junior if he can keep Ward up on that high lane.
Having company is always fun. We have company. He was out on the racetrack just a little bit ago. He was out on the racetrack yesterday. Three-time NASCAR Winston Cup champion Darrell Waltrip. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. And, you know, riding around there at number 11 for those first couple laps, they were just teasing me, you know.
Yeah.
Man, what a...
So you want to do 500 more? You want to do 500 more laps, huh?
Well, you know, I did 200 yesterday, Ben, and I felt okay. And I got up this morning feeling kind of racy. I thought I could hang in there for a little while anyway.
Ran the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race here yesterday. Finished 7th. Nice job.
Had a 7th here in the spring. Came back, had a 7th again this time. So I like racing here, but it is different and it is harder because of what they've done to the racetrack. And the track is a little slicker than I found it to be in the spring. That bottom lane is so tempting to get down there, but boy, you've got to be some kind of hooked up to use it.
Yeah. Martinsville memories. 11 wins here. Boy, what a great place for you over the years.
I guess 87 would have to be my favorite.
Yeah,
I came out here on Sunday morning. Jessica Lee, my daughter, just been born. Walked over to my car. There was a note in the seat that said, "Win this one for me, Daddy," and a rose. Ran all day long. I had no chance of winning. Not a prayer. Got a late caution. Got 4 tires. Dale and Terry Labonte were racing each other for the win. I'm sitting in 3rd. I give Labonte a little bump going into 3. It shoots him into Dale. I come off turn 4. I win the race. I led all of 100 yards that whole day.
Yeah,
but I won one for Jessica Lee.
Yeah, it was outstanding at the end of that race. I remember it well.
Well, it was because everybody was saying, well, what happened?
Yeah, well, that's not what Earnhardt was saying. he was saying some things not fit for publication there.
Yep, right.
Jeff Gordon still the leader. Earnhardt Jr. now to 2nd. Harvick to 3rd, and Ward Burton has fallen back to a 4th place.
Well, DW, it is nice of the folks in NASCAR to honor Winston for their involvement for the last 33 years.
Benny, you know, they just think about, you know, just like I do, what this sport was like when we were started in the 70s. You know, not very many people, 25 or 30,000. It was a big crowd. The places always looked like they needed repair, no matter where you went, super speedway or short track. Winston really, they stepped up our program big time, took it mainstream, and they've done an incredible job with this sport. And it's a shame to see them go, but as you well know, things change, got to move on.
And Jeff Gordon right now wants to move on, but he's trying to get by the other Gordon.
No. Hang on, Robbie.
Loose in that 31 car, Robbie Gordon.
And that's the way that second turn is, Benny. I mean,
And he is loose in and off.
Weber, what's going on with Robbie Gordon?
It might be more than the car. Robbie found himself with food poisoning last night. Actually was violently sick, had to take 2 liters of fluid this morning. Is feeling weak, but a little bit better. He did see someone in the infield care center before getting into the car this afternoon, but not feeling well at all after food poisoning.
2nd place here, Kevin Harvick.
That car's loosened up. I think I'd be really sick. I'd be looking for another guy to get in that car. What do you think?
As bad as I'd like to be out there, Wally, I'm not getting in that thing.
It's not even tempting, right?
No.
Tell you what, Harvick's on the move here early. Now that he's clear of junior, it'd be interested to see if he can make up some of the ground on Jeff Gordon.
And Harvick, the 29 car, is able to use that bottom groove probably as well as any car I've seen yesterday and today.
It only makes sense if everybody's going to be running a lane up off the bottom. If you can get your car to hook the bottom, you got to have some place to pass.
And if you can get those left side tires right on that curve, right up against it, you got a little grip there. There's a little bit of about a foot of unground concrete right there, and you can get some grip, but you got to be right on that curve.
And you get in that grip with the left side.
Left side.
I got you.
Yeah. So, what have you been doing with your time off? I hear you've been putting together a little racing operation.
I'm going to go truck racing next year. We're working real hard on that, and looking forward to that. We're trying to hire a driver. We've got us a shop. We got Michael Cranifis' old shop over there in Concord. Bobby Kennedy's working hard to get the parts and pieces put together. And I'm just a big believer in the truck series. I think it's fun racing. Reminds me of Saturday night racing like we used to do a long time ago. And I want to be a part of it.
But you are going to run the truck some next year, aren't you?
Just 3 times. Stevie has let me run here twice and up at IRP.
Okay.
Oh, y'all laugh like y'all don't. I guess y'all don't ever have to ask your wife for permission to.
I'm not trying to get into a race car.
Oh,
I'm not going down that road.
Watch this, the 2 Gordons.
He's got to go a long way to hit him.
Trying, yeah. We talked about guys trying extra hard to stay on the lead lap.
Yeah, I think, Robbie was there already. foul to Robbie.
Incidental contact.
And he's sick.
And he's sick.
He gets one free one, doesn't he?
Hey, you've had food poisoning before, right? That's a real sick.
Hurts.
Yeah. Not good.
Tony Raines, a 74 car, back in 35th. Jeff Gordon trying to get by him. Put him a lap down.
That's the thing. When these things go green like this so long at the start of a race, if your car's not working when the green flag drops, they're going to come and get you and put your lap down quick. So a lot of these guys are hoping for a yellow so they can get in and adjust on these cars a little bit before they get lapped.
Kevin Harvick's coming quick behind him.
See, Jeff Gordon give Tony the slide
Drive you
jump.
up there a little bit.
He said, I need that out. I need that grip on the outside.
How about the Wallace brothers? Kenny in the 23, Rusty in the 2. That's 6th and 7th place. I see that 97 car creeping into the picture also. All right, we just finished lap 50. Need to know Jeff Gordon to enter this year's Big Apple Sweepstakes. You could be a special correspondent at this year's Winston Cup Awards ceremony. Log on to NBCSports.com or NASCAR.com and check out the NASCAR Big Apple Sweepstakes rules and your chance to register every week. You got to know Jeff Gordon today as the leader of lap 50. We got a phone call.
Yeah.
David Hill.
Yeah.
He said, you better save your voice. He's going to need you in a little while.
No, thanks for letting me come up and spend a few minutes with you guys. This is the first time I've had a chance to really hang out with you guys, and y'all do a great job. And I love listening to you every Sunday, and keep up the good work. And thanks for letting me creep up here. I still got my uniform on. I was like Wally. I thought about that Gordon deal there. You know, Robbie, until he saw how bad the car is. I think I'm going to step on back here and slip into my street clothes and leave.
In a hurry.
Daryl, thanks. Great to see you.
Yeah.
And
We got trouble.
Jimmy Spencer.
Oh!
Caution's out.
Oh, man.
Spencer was 4th at the time. Who's in the smoke and who got bent up?
And Rusty's blocked. He just got passed by about 8 guys because he couldn't go anywhere.
And he's got a right front fender torn up.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Thanks, Daryl. Good to see you.
Thanks, guys.
See you, man.
Good luck, man.
DW?
Thanks, Ben.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
Something must be wrong with Jimmy's car. He's got the window net down. He's throwing his gloves.
Wonder if he blew it up when he was,
or something maybe with the rear end, or
floored the gas to try and keep it from keep it spinning.
My guess is something is broken in the drivetrain.
Yeah, it's got to be.
So caution is out for the first time at lap 54. Jimmy Spencer running 4th at the time. Did he try and get under Todd Bodine there?
Looks like he was, and did not want to make contact.
Yes. Backed up.
I guess Rusty got him in the smoke, maybe.
Yeah, I guess he did.
Trying to get on the gas again. He stops.
That's where it's broken there.
That's from Kurt Busch's car. Stop. I mean, you have to literally stop because you can't see anything.
I mean,
obviously.
I mean, folks, that's exactly what you saw is exactly what Kurt Busch saw. Nothing but smoke.
But you know, the nice part about that, though, with the no more racing back to the caution, you can stop.
Yeah.
You don't have to try and go charging through that cloud of smoke to keep your position at the line.
Because that would have been ugly.
And especially those cars trying to get a lap back from Jeff Gordon.
And by the way, Johnny Benson is the lucky dog here. He'll be the guy that gets his lap back.
Good for JB.
Yep. So Jimmy Spencer, Rusty Wallace torn up here. We'll see the leaders come to pit road now at the end of lap 55. Jeff Gordon, Kevin Harvick, Dale Jr., Ward Burton, Kenny Wallace, the top 5 coming in.
To make it better on pit road and safer, he needed to put about 15 more cars a lap down. But so far, we're going to have about 32 cars on this very tight pit road. Matt.
And Tony Stewart's team waiting for him to hit his pit stall. He's going to stop a little short, so he'll have an easier exit around Jason left with the car. A little free in the center in 3 and 4, and a little free on exit. They're going to make an air pressure adjustment as Jeff Gooch Patterson also makes a wedge adjustment, Bill.
Kevin Harvick wants more forward bite, so it's a slight track bar adjustment. More tires and fuel. He's on his way, Marty.
Jeff Gordon going for the season sweep at Martinsville. Bill, a little bit loose off the corner. He ready to go 5 laps to go. Down a half pound, both rear tires for more forward bite, and he wins ends the race off by a bunch, Dave.
Pretty pit stop for Matt Kenseth. The car was loose in, tight in the middle, loose off. They lowered the air pressure on the left sides, lowered the track bar. A nice thing was that the car in front of him was a lap down, did not pit. Therefore, he had a nice, smooth exit.
So Jeff Gordon leads on and off pit road. He's out in front, just past 55 laps in the Subway 500 at Martinsville on NBC.